Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the casino that is the stock market. My name is Shades. If it's your first time here, be sure to subscribe and give the video a like. It really helps the channel grow. Now let's jump into the video. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Let's talk about that reverse merger of QIND into ASNS. If that happens next week, it is possible that we get some upside here on ILUS. I know some of you are still in it. Some of you did not sell at a loss like I did recently. I am not touching this one. That doesn't mean I'm not going to talk about it. I'm still going to keep tracking and keep an eye on it, see what's going to happen. Is this stock going to reverse split? No, it is not. It is going to reverse merger. We have several reverse mergers coming. One for SAML, one for QIND, that should be finished soon, and one for ILUS, supposedly in the second half of this year. Let's see if that happens. It's the 1st of September. It has to be an ugly month for the stock market as a whole, and then it picks up towards the end of the year. That's supposedly what everyone's saying online, on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, on the social medias. People are saying it's going to get ugly. If that's the case, guys, I implore you to be patient. Let it come down nice and cheap and buy good companies at cheap prices. I wouldn't say this is a good company at cheap prices. It's a company that doesn't communicate. So it is at a cheap price. No doubt about that. But you guys, that's on you if you want to continue to hold through that, because they kind of keep pushing things back. They've been doing that for years now. But if they follow through, keep an eye on ASNS. That thing has a low float. That low float is no joke. That low float can cause that stock to go to $5 plus. We've seen it before. It's a stock that keeps getting government contracts. I will be looking to load up a small position on it. And if it comes down to 140s, I will be looking to load up a bigger position, because this one is different. This one is different from Ilus. You know why it's different? I've told you this ad nauseum. It's different because it's created a higher floor. It's created a higher floor. Has plenty of military contracts and catalyst underway. This top right here, I think we're going to break it in the future. I think we're going to break it. And that when we break that, we're going to go to 2.6. Possibly, look, it's a low floater. It can go as far as 3, maybe even 4.6, maybe $10, because government contracts are no joke. I am being very bullish on this one. This is not like ILUS. Probably the best thing that could happen for QIND is for it to reverse merger into ASNS, if we're being real. So let me just show you a quick example of what happens when a stock actually communicates. It creates a, look at Palantir. Look at this. It was at a low of $5 way back during that bear market. It hit a low of $5.70. And then guess what it did, guys? Can you guess what it did? Let me see. Created a higher floor here. Created a higher floor here. And then created a higher floor here. Very clear higher floor right here. Look at that. $20. Held that very well. I don't know, guys. Looks like catalyst and communication pretty important. And recently it came down right back to the 200 exponential moving average, and that is where buyers stepped in and pushed it up higher. We'll see where we establish the next higher floor. Of course, everyone being very bearish, saying, oh, September and October it's going to be ugly. We'll see what happens, right? But very clear here, communication is so important. Growing revenues is so important. Growing the companies. I get that. That's important. It is very important, but if you're not communicating, it doesn't mean much of anything. Without any kind of comms, we're never gonna have this kind of pattern. Like what you see here with Palantir, that's what you want to see with Ilus. That's what you want to see with all these other stocks in that group. But that's never gonna happen until they actually say something. Until they open their big mouths and stop dropping PRs and not making excuses. So in the meantime, like I said, there's potential here for a move here, but don't forget, these are penny stocks. A lot of you forget these are penny stocks. They're not going to go to the moon. It's not going to suddenly shoot up to 50 cents. We had that big run to 50 cents, and you saw what happened. A lot of people got destroyed, and a lot of people made money. The smart ones walked away with the money, never came back. The dumb ones bought in, and they continued to average down because they thought it was going to go to dollars as they watched it come down and watched their accounts get destroyed. The smart ones walked away. The only people left are the ones that are smart enough to wait for the bottom, which who knows where that might be until this pattern breaks. Who knows? We had a chance here to break that pattern, but we just could not stay above that 200 MA, unfortunately. And that's just how it is, right? You got to do what you got to do. Let me make a little transition for you guys. Boom. Let's zoom in on that chart. You guys like the transition? I figured, you know what? After Labor Day, let's step up our game. I got a green screen coming as well this coming Tuesday or Thursday. I'd have to check. But it is coming, and I'll be setting up that as well with some lighting. So we're going to get real professional moving forward. Anyways, let me continue here. Now that we're zoomed in on the chart, there's your bottom down here at 003. Whether that holds, who knows? You look at the history of the stock, this thing just keeps breaking down. It's doing the opposite of Palantir. Palantir communicates. Palantir keeps getting more contracts. It keeps creating a higher floor. Ilus, the complete opposite. Doesn't communicate. Goes on video and tells you, the CEO tells you, we're not going to communicate. And you look at the history of the share price and it just keeps coming down. So that's why I got out. That's why I took the loss. I looked at everything and I'm like, you know what? I'm done with penny stocks. AITX, you're the last penny stock I'm going to trade. That's it. Anything under $1, not touching it. I say under $1 because Tilray, anything under $5 is considered a penny stock. But you look at Tilray, you see that bottom down there. You see why? You see these spikes to the upside above $2. You know why that happens? Communication. It may be a wheat stock, and it may be a penny stock technically because it's under $5. But my friends, it communicates and it holds its bottom, which it has held for over a year now. Ilus can barely hold its shorts. It keeps falling. I don't think they're even wearing shorts at this point. They're on underwears now. If this thing goes to triple zeros, they'll be naked at that point. And a lot of people will be absolutely destroyed. That is for sure. There's a lot hinging on this QIND merger. ASNS being successful. SAMO being successful. And I hope there should be a lot of eyes on this, because if Ilus is successful in not only its uplist, but also not getting destroyed and being beat back down under $1 and then having to reverse split to stay on the higher exchange, if they are successful, a lot of eyeballs are going to be on it. A lot of people are going to be watching. It might cause other penny stocks to get a pump. You know, maybe some more volume comes back into the OTC. Because that's what you need with the OTC. It's an illiquid exchange. You need huge amounts of volume. The CEO of AITX, you know what they had to say? You want to know what the AITX CEO had to say recently? He had to say this: we need 300 million in volume, in shares exchanged. We need 300 million in trading volume to get the big moves. Of course you need 300 million in volume, you idiot. Because you diluted the stock to all hell. What'd you expect? That's why AITX has a hard time going anywhere, because this one dilutes massively. It dilutes what Ilus dilutes what Ilus has diluted in the past 3 years. Believe it or not, AITX does it in 1 month. That's how bad this is, unfortunately. So Ilus, I do believe, and I've told you this time and time again, after they uplist, I might jump back in. Because now we're on a higher exchange. The share structure is still going to be solid. You know, it's not AITX. It's got a great balance sheet. You look at the financials, they're doing fine. Okay? I'm not going to deny all that. That's true. You know, my biggest problem has always been they don't communicate. It's important to communicate, or we're never going to get out of this pattern. If they uplist, and the uplist is successful, but they continue this pattern of not communicating, not dropping PRs, all that, you're going to see it do what it's been doing for the past 3 years. Just a continuation of that and just more ammo to the downside. So that's why I'm saying I'm not touching Ilus anymore after the uplist and whatever ticker name it's going to have. If it bottoms out and starts showing me price action like ASNS or price action like Palantir, where it starts creating higher floors and establishing a floor and actually finding a bottom, then you're going to hear me talk about Ilus a lot. You're going to hear me go, yes, Ilus is a buy now. It's finally behaving like, not like a penny stock that just keeps going down, right? So I'm just giving you my game plan, just telling you what I'm thinking. I'm done with it for now. If it uplists and it's going to be at over $1, right? It's going to reverse merger. It's going to be worth more than $1. So obviously it meets the criteria for trading. And if it establishes a floor, doesn't get beat back down under $1, I'm all for it. I am here. Why do you think I love ASNS? I'm like, wow, ASNS, low flow. Wow, this thing communicates. Wow, government contracts. Wow, this thing. They're doing all the right things with that one. So I don't understand why they can't do that with Ilus. But whatever. I'm done talking. This has been a lot. I just talked for 10 minutes, putting on a show for you guys. Anyways, if you guys, it's the 1st of September. If you want to join the Patreon, feel free to do so. Jerry here in the Discord. I'm hoping you can answer a question for me. But first, let me say thank you. I have made money with you 4 times in the short time I've been following you. Love your honesty and content, and that's what this channel is about. Honesty and putting out that content, letting you guys know what I think, what's going through my head. I take my losses. I'm not gonna pretend like, oh, I win 100% of the time. No. That's a scam. Anyone who tells you that, they're scamming you. So feel free to join the Discord. Patreon in the description below. Let me show you that right here. And don't forget, you can download the Shades Trading Strategies booklet. Click on it. It's a Word document, 10 to 12 pages long. You can read it while taking a dump. It's free. It's just telling you how I trade, what my mindset is when it comes to the markets. That's it for the video, guys. I will see you in the next one.